Boom chickity chank lads and lasses, how's it going everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United. Come on United! With another cheeky little video for you guys, latest update, news, in regards to all things Manchester United today, obviously in regards to the aftermath of this whole European Super League debacle. There's a lot more stuff that's come out. We'll get into that. And a little bit of Manchester United transfer news is on the horizon at least, or there's some murmurs going on. So we'll get into that at the end of the video as well. But shout out everyone who's in here at the start. Kayam, Aaron, Tanushka. Oh, shit. Alex, how you doing there? Roshmano, great to see you also, my friend. Primot, Aaron Homeyard. We've got Fire Up and Lamonje and Josh Drain and Eddie O2 and Johnny Parker and a whole bunch of legends in there. So thanks for joining us, guys. Do us a favour at the start of the video. Give it a cheeky little like. Also, give it a share on social media if you want. But anyway, let's get into the latest stuff then, lads and lasses. So we got a good bit to get into here. So, of course, the Glazers have backtracked. Of course, Joel Glazer came out like an absolute little wet kipper and sort of apologised and tried to appease the fans a little bit by admitting that he was wrong and that they made a mistake and all this business. The fans aren't having any of it. Of course, the fans want the Glazers out. And there's more stuff materialising today, which just makes you hate the Glazers even bloody more than you thought possible. So let's get into it, folks. So we understand that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was kept in the dark regarding the Super League until 20 minutes before the game against Burnley, before kickoff. 20 minutes before is when he found out about the European Super League proposal. I mean, that is an absolute fucking disgrace, isn't it, guys, that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wasn't told until then. Hey, Osman Pasha, Night Whisper, MUFC fan. Hey, Abdullah Irwan, get in there, my son. He's become a member of the Bacon Brigade. Thank you so much, Abdullah Irwan, for becoming a member of the channel. Everyone else, get your favourite channel member emoji in there to welcome Abdullah Irwan to the show, to the Bacon Brigade, to the Gammon Gang, to the Sausage Soldiers, to the Hamada. Thank you very much, Abdullah, mate. Appreciate that one. Get in there, my son. So, yes, I think it's just a disgrace that he wasn't told about that. I mean, we understand Kroenke today. Arsenal held a fan forum, and I do believe that Kroenke got involved in it, which is something I'm a little bit surprised at. I mean, I haven't actually seen any information that's come out after, but I'm sure there is some quotes and stuff like that floating around there. But who gives a toss about Arsenal holes anyway? But in all honesty, though, you know, Arteta, I saw a clip from Arteta saying that he didn't know anything about it, basically until you know, right near when it was proposed. It's kind of a disgrace in general how they dealt with this whole situation. Our owners, Arsenal's owners, everyone's owners here, the timing of it and just the whole greedy aspect of the whole proposal has left a real sour taste in the mouth of all football fans across the world, I think. So, well, certainly in Europe where it's been the issue. And I think most people want to get something in place where fans own the football clubs, and there's going to be hopefully some movement in regards to that as well. No worries, Abdullah. Great to see you on the membership team. Thank you very much. Right then, so we understand that there's a lot of pressure mounting upon the Glazers right now because they are hated by the fan base. We fucking hate the Glazers, my son. Smash the 69 and a hashtag Glazers out in the live chat if you hate the Glazers. We all hate the Glazers. I personally loathe the Glazers. I look at their faces and I'm sickened to my stomach, my friends. And that's just at a biological level. Never mind all the business to do with Manchester United. I'm just kidding. But to be fair, they are twats though, aren't they? And they completely don't run this football club well. Lots of information coming out to say that UEFA's working pretty tirelessly at the moment to remove Real Madrid from this season's Champions League, which I don't know if they're going to do that, as well as banning them for next season. That's what some of the reports are at the moment in regards to Real Madrid. Who knows if there's going to be similar sanctions towards Manchester United because of the shocking decision by our owners and Woodward and co. Well, actually, Woodward's resigned, so we don't really truly know if his heart was in it, but whatever. Either way, he's bottle jobbed it now. But the Glazers wanted to take us in that direction, and maybe we'll get banned. They were on the chair of the European Super League as well, which means that they did have quite a big hand in it. So you could be seeing some sanctions for the club. Hopefully not. Hopefully it's just fines against the owners and actual individuals. Sue them for bringing the game, for defaming the game or something, for defamation. You know, for it's a complete disgrace, man. Bringing the game into disrepute, whatever you want to call it. Sue the shite out of them, and hopefully we can get these guys out of our country. But there is a lot of protests being planned. There's a protest plan for Saturday I believe, Old Trafford and all over the place. There's protests at all different football grounds. But in regards to the Glazers, the pressure is definitely mounting. Adidas are understood to have held talks with United today about not being happy in regards to the situation, with this, because obviously sponsors have deals with teams based on, a lot of it's based on things like being in the Champions League and things like that. And it's understood that the sponsors are not very happy. Maybe you could see some sponsors pulling out in the future here because of what's happened here, which would hurt the Glazers in the back pocket, which is exactly where they need to be hurt, guys. So hopefully that's something that can maybe get them out of the club or convince them to sell. But one disgusting thing that you have to overlook, I mean, somebody's crunched the numbers here, my friends. And in regards to the Glazers' ownership of Manchester United, I mean, there's nothing good that you can say about it. So basically, the debt right now is around about 500 million. So they bought it with about 800 million of debt money. And they, back in, 2011? And they haven't paid anything off, really, guys. I mean, we've still got 500 million debt. Share sales have brought in around about 500 million or 452 million to be precise, none of which has been invested back in Manchester United. So pretty much what they've done is taken effectively £1 billion out of this football club over the time that they've had it and not really invested anything back into it, guys. You see Manchester City's owners and Chelsea's owners and these guys. Man City's owners have put over £1 billion in since they've owned the club. They've put over £1 billion in, not taken £1 billion out. So that is the difference between the owners of our club and Manchester City. And that is just absolutely disgusting and wrong. And it is sickening that these tycoons have come in here. These whatever you want to call them, these businessmen, these entrepreneurs, whatever you want to call them. I call them ruthless rats personally, because they are devaluing our club and the love that all the fan base has and the millions of fans around the world this club has, let alone the people in Manchester or up and down the country that support Manchester United. But this is a globally followed club, and they completely disregarded that for financial gain, and everybody's found them out now, and nobody is tolerating it, guys. So hashtag Glazers out. Let's get these fucking twats out of our club. They've taken £1 billion out of this football club. £1 billion out of this football club since they've been the owners. They're vermin, guys. Yeah, they might have spent a bit on players, but actually, it's terrible United are still in that level of debt. It's terrible that they raised all that money from shares, but we haven't really got much to show for it. I mean, it's really not very good figures when you look into it, my friends. It's kind of a disgrace that they've been able to do that. They are just leeching the lifeblood out of this club. They're leeching the club for money. And it's one thing to have a foreign owner who comes in, he's a sugar daddy, and he buys your players and he gives you what you want and he uses it like a toy. Whatever, that's fine if you ask me. That's not a problem in the same way that this is a problem. Maybe there are some problems associated with that, sure. But it's not a problem in the same way that this is a problem, guys. This is like a leech. This is like a parasite that we've got to get out of our club sooner rather than later, guys, because this isn't going to get better until those turds have been flushed down the drain. Simple as that. Hey, Don Piglioni, thank you so much for the £5 super chat. The Don with the face mask on. He says, Don Mourinho is like Eminem, amazing in the early 2000s. Washed up in 2021. That's a little bit cold on Eminem, mate. I still reckon he's doing all right, mate. Still pretty badass. Okay, maybe it's not the heyday, but fair enough there. But that definitely does apply for Jose Mourinho. Yeah. I mean, he'll probably go and get a job in Italy now, or maybe even France. I don't know. But he'll get another high-profile job. That's what he does. He goes around. He doesn't stay anywhere long. He won't take anything. You won't care about this, really, guys. This is Spurs. This is a nothing job to him, really. This is just a payday for him. It's another golden handshake. See you later on, son. Nobody cares about the Mr. Beanio anyway. Don Piglioni, thank you so much for the £5 super chat, dude. Get in there. So it's a disgrace that these guys own our football club, isn't it, guys? So we've got to get them out. Hashtag Glaze out. Get those petitions going. Get those protests going. Yes, I'm going to get myself more involved with it over the weekend as well. Absolutely. I'm not sure entirely in what way yet. We will see logistically what can happen. But we're going to see what's going on. So George Valdano come out and said this is a quote from him, the war over the Super League was not won by UEFA, it was won by the people of England. I think there was backlash from all countries, all different supporters of football teams in different leagues. I mean, come on, if you're a Spanish supporter as well, you must have been infuriated about this, because not just from the Atletico Madrid, Barcelona point of view, I'm talking about for all the other fans of Levante and Granada and all the other teams in there who were going to be left behind. And let's face it, La Liga's product is made much more appealing when they have Barca, Real Madrid and Atletico in there. That's their biggest, best teams who can compete with the very best teams in Europe every single year. So of course, if you took them out of that would have gashed up their entire league system as well, and they'd have been left in the doldrums. So I think they're just as happy about it, and they probably were just as vocal about it. But obviously, being in England, seeing the media, seeing how the fans reacted, seeing how pundits reacted, people within the football world. Yes, I do think that England had a big say in this, and also because in England we do have these very deep-seated traditions within the game, stretching right back to the late 1800s. So it's kind of like we understand we have to preserve this tradition. So it's very important that we've done that. And I do think England had a big influence in this. Obviously, the English clubs are all the ones that pulled out first. So the fans had spoken there. The clubs had to back down. So yes, so it seems like the Super League war is maybe over for now anyway. But we understand that, that they're still interested in maybe keeping it ignited and revamping it later on in the future. Florentino Perez, these twats have come out and said that they maybe will revisit it later on after they've reformatted it, addressed it, rebranded it, changed it, etc. It's an absolute disgrace. But hopefully that doesn't happen, and it's not something that can be decided by a few owners in the future. Janan Fjortov came out today, and he tweeted and said, the British government will see if a German 50+1 model could be introduced in English football, more influence to the members. I do welcome that, but I hope the initiative will come from the clubs. Hope the initiative will come from the clubs. Well, okay, I really don't think the Glazers are going to want to hand over the percentage to the fans, but if they do, then credit to them. At least they're not completely scum. But I very much doubt they would do that. But yes, the British government has to bring this into fruition, I think. I think it's the only right thing to preserve the future of the game. 50+1 model that they use in German football. It's definitely the way to go. It basically means that, effectively season ticket holders and certain fans, I don't really know how it works, but I think pretty much all the season ticket holders will get a vote, and their vote is effectively worth like 51%. And also, actually this is to say that it's owned by 51% of the fans, supporters, group type thing. But in regards to what would happen, it's kind of like, the fans would have a voice in every big decision like this. Maybe not with the day-to-day running of the football club and things like that, absolutely not. But in regards to where this football club is heading, maybe major investments, maybe major sponsors, where the clubs are going direction in terms of what competitions they should be competing in and what your objectives are. These are things that the fans can have a say on in the future with this sort of German model. So I do hope that we see that come into play, guys. Come on, my son. Smash the 69 in the live chat if you think that has to happen. Hey, thank you very much, Solskjaer1999 for the £2 super chat. He says, you got Van Helsing / Blades business card, pig. What? Are you trying to say I look like a vampire, dude? You what? It's because I'm tired, right? I look a little bit tired today, do I? Screw you, bro. I'll drive a stake through the heart of that one right there, Solskjaer1999. But yes, maybe I'll get on the blower to old Wesley Snipes. Yes, that's right. Exactly, Jason Brown. I fully agree with you, my lad. He says the German model is what the FA should be looking at. Spot on, pig. Thank you very much, Jason Brown, for getting in there with your say. Yeah, that's it. The German model, it's definitely one that preserves their traditions and their brand of football and safeguards them from any owners coming in the future and leading them down the garden path in the right direction. So yes. Hey, do us a favor, guys. We just got 50 likes on the stream. Do us a big favor if you're joining us right now. Smash that like button. Leave a thumbs up on it. And also get your thoughts and opinions in, guys. I am going to get into your comment section. I'm just going to cover a few little bits and bobs first. Yes, nice one, Harris Khan, Night Whisper, Jake, MBG, Sphinx Zoo, Mikey Smith, legends, get in there. Right, okay then. So it seems like maybe we'll be hopefully moving in that direction of having a 50+1 German model there, which does make sense for the safeguarding of the future, especially when you have owners like the Glazers who come in, buy the club with debt money, float us on the stock exchange, get a load of money in the club, and don't actually invest it truly back into the football club, if you ask me. Barca president Joan Laporta said to TV3, the Super League project is still there. We're open to having a dialogue with UEFA. There has to be an attractive competition based on sporting merits too. I think there will be an agreement. So this is what Fabrizio Romano reported a few hours ago, just a quote from Barca president Joan Laporta in regards to the Super League project, saying it's still there. You know, it's not going away. These guys still intend to go with it. You know, teams like Juventus as well, I think still are planning on going ahead with it at some point. So I don't really know how that's going to work. I mean, it's not really a breakaway tournament if there's only a few teams. You know, fair enough. Good luck with that. But I don't think you'll ever get the English sides to agree to this. The fan base just don't want it. Maybe if there's a reshuffling of the current Champions League system, just so it's fair and open and it includes fair play, so everybody can qualify for it still, and everybody can compete and actually find out who the best is. Then that's fine. A reformatting is a different story to what this is, which is a breakaway tournament, which is effectively closed, or not closed, because they were suggesting 5 different teams could somehow qualify for it as well every single season, but effectively the founding teams would be safe every single season, which is the biggest problem that everybody had with this, if you ask me, is the fact that it was excluding everybody from the footballing world. Social99, oh, okay, yes, he says the Glazers are vamps. We need the dream teams on. I see what you're saying. Oh, I must feel like a vampire today. That's why I got a bit of a croaky voice. I feel a bit tired. I thought you were calling me a vampire. No, you're talking about the Glazers, mate. Yes, let's drive a wooden stake for those twats, mate. That's right, before it fucking gets dark out. You know what I mean? First class gamer says my mind went elsewhere when you said German model. I don't blame you, my son. So yes, attractive competition based on sporting merits too. Well, it already is that anyway, but apparently they just want to reshuffle it to get more money. So it's a disgrace, guys. All of these people at the top of this pyramid here, or whatever you want to call it, at the top of this idea that they've got of breaking away to get more money, they're all a complete bunch of disgraceful rats, aren't they? We can all agree on that. Get those rat emojis in there. La Liga president, though, Javier Tebas, came out and said the English and German clubs will never enter this competition, so they can't create what they want to create. The hashtag Super League, as it is dead. Let's be realistic. It is dead. Come on, my son, get in there. Fuck off the European Super League, you bunch of money-grabbing melts. Yes, so that's true. La Liga president Javier Tebas said that the English and German clubs just will never, we won't have it. We won't tolerate it. We'll never break away. The fan bases won't have it. We'd rather disband. We'd rather go and support bloody Kettering Town or Altrincham or whoever the fuck else wherever you want to support, you know. You'd rather go and support somebody else than actually stand by Manchester United going into this sort of shit show. And disregarding everybody else and our history and traditions and everything that we've won before this. So you're right. This guy's right. There's definitely no way that the English clubs are going to go with it in the future. So unless and all the German clubs. So unless it's led by, you know, and I don't think PSG wanted to get involved with it either. Fair play to them. So if you look at who could possibly be in it, it's going to be a bloody league consisting of Juventus and Barca. They might as well just call it the bloody European Corrupto League. You know what I mean? Where you can't get relegated no matter how many match fixes you do. That's it, Juventus. I mean, how can you not get relegated and how can you have Juventus in it? Juventus once got done for match fixing and completely fixing games to the point where they got fucking relegated. They were forced to be relegated. And you're going to have that club in some sort of a European Super League where they cannot get relegated. That's a good idea, isn't it? Sounds like there'll be no grounds for corruption there. Hey there, Jim Watkins. What's good, lad? He says, hi, Pig, just here for a few seconds. All Man United fans get signatures and send it to the FA by the millions. Get rid of the fake, smiling assassins Glazers. Gotta go. Have a great day. Thank you, Jim Watkins. Well said. Short and concise and absolutely beautiful. Thank you very much for having your say. Okay then, so it's also understood that obviously the training ground was a scene for protest today by Manchester United fans, stopping players getting into the ground, etc. And it's understood that it's being reported that Dean Henderson and Eric Bailly were among players to show support for the protesters at Carrington today as they left. The players are more aware than ever a protester in their own training ground will make it hit home. It's also understood that Ollie was basically accosted earlier, or not accosted, but he was confronted by fans earlier. I mean, you can't blame, this isn't down to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, by the way. I'm sure people just, they want to speak to the coach, they want to speak to the manager about this, but it's not down to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer any of this business, guys. This is just a matter of the owners being scum. This has got nothing to do with Ollie. He's actually done a fantastic job, and he's actually a really nice guy, isn't he? He's a very, very nice guy. So we've got to stand behind Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. There's a lot of people that are probably quick to jump on Ollie at any given moment. We know that with the whole Ollie out brigade. But more than ever, we need to stand behind Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because we don't know what the Glazers' ownership plans are in the future, whether they want to stay or go, whether they would sack Ole Gunnar Solskjaer off and get some true yes man in there or whatnot. Who knows? So we've got to stand behind Ole Gunnar Solskjaer 100%. Love the Schmiegel, says Ton Man, absolutely. Hi to your mate at work, Billy, says Gavin Brainbridge, absolutely. Hi, Billy. Hey there, G with United. Mr. X, what's going on as well? Good to see you. Transfer update. Let's have a look what Matty Rushmano has sent me some informazione. Actually, I'll tell you what, I'll get onto that in just a minute, actually, Matty Rush. There was just one or two things I wanted to cover in regards to the Super League, and then I'll get into all the transfer business. But yes, so it kind of leads me on, actually, to the transfer stuff, actually. So, yes. Let's get on to that, actually. Nice one, Rushy. So let's get into the transfer news of Manchester United, guys. So we've gone over most of the European Super League, latest updates and stuff on what's going on. We will bring you the latest if anything else occurs. It seems like it's dead. Hopefully we'll bring you the latest in regards to the 50+1 rule, if the government are going to make any moves on this, what the fans are doing over the course of the weekend, etc., in regards to protests and that kind of thing. So we will keep you up to date with exactly what's going on. But Bruno Fernandes will reportedly commit his future to Manchester United by signing a new contract, but only if Paul Pogba does the same. That's what Sky Sports are reporting, which is kind of a BS article, really, isn't it? I mean, I do think Bruno Fernandes would like to commit his future to Manchester United, and we should pay him more money, to be fair, because he's proven that he's basically the best player in the team. But only if Paul Pogba does the same. I mean, I don't necessarily think that that's true, because they've only played together for 2 minutes. They do seem to have a good understanding. Pogba's a huge player for United right now, to be fair. Solskjaer's done great with him. And if he stays in the summer, I'll almost be happy, guys, Whereas a little while ago, I would have been very disappointed if he stayed, because I wanted to see the back of him. But he seems to have turned into a bit more of a better player. He's still inconsistent, though. But he seems he's more motivated for Manchester United now, and he works harder, which I have to credit to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and discredit Jose Mourinho for in particular. But anyway, hopefully Bruno does sign a new contract in regards to staying. I hope Bruno Fernandes stays. I mean, he's got to stay. But Jorge Valdano came out, of course, and said today. Oh, sorry, I've already read that one. Actually, wait, it's in regards to, in regards to Raphael Varane, guys. So Raphael Varane is understood to potentially be leaving Real Madrid, or could be leaving Real Madrid in the future. And it's understood that there's been a quote from, it was actually Florentino Perez, that twat, who was asked in regards to Varane, what could be the situation in regards to Varane. He basically said that the door's open for him to go, guys. So if a good enough offer comes in for Raphael Varane, then the door is open for him to go. So in regards to Raphael Varane, I mean, that does seem, this is his direct quote, actually. He said, Varane, I'm happy with our team, but if players don't want to stay at Madrid, then they can leave. So certain players may be quite unhappy with how their clubs have gone about this European Super League debacle. There might actually be some sort of a backlash of players wanting to leave certain clubs just on that basis, especially if these guys are maybe still in with the proposition of playing in the European Super League one day. Then maybe some of these players are going to want away. And we all know Manchester United are definitely in desperate need for a top-quality centre-back such as a Raphael Varane. And United are in the market for a centre-back. That's it. I mean, we want somebody to maybe either partner Slabby Maguire or Bailly, or replace Slabby Maguire. He's 28, guys. Raphael Varane's 28. He's been a long-standing target for Manchester United. We have been trying to sign him for a very long time. Well, not trying to sign him, actually. That's not true. We haven't tried to sign him at all. We should have tried to sign him. But we've been linked every bloody summer for the last 4 or 5 years with a Raphael Varane move. Whether or not that could happen, I don't know. Knowing our board and knowing our owners, I expect it to be a very quiet period because Woodward's leaving at the end of the year. He'll probably, I hope so, be overseeing the sale of this football club to either a percentage back to the fans or to new owners who would actually lead this club in the right direction. So we don't know if they plan to sell up sooner rather than later, in which case they won't want to invest any money into the transfers in the summer and invest in the team whatsoever, because they'll just simply want to save as much money as possible and to protect their assets and not spend any more. If an opportunity comes up where there's a dirt cheap player to sign who can improve the overall value of the club, they'll probably sign him. But other than that, I don't see them doing hardly any business if they are going to sell up anytime soon. And actually, if they were to go into the window and buy Rafael Varane and go and buy Sancho and go and buy all these players, then I'd kind of be like, oh, for fuck's sake, they're not going anywhere. These twats aren't going anywhere. So I kind of hope that we do it in a way, guys. You know, in a way, you've got to go backwards before you can go forwards when it comes to the Glazers' ownership of Manchester United. In a way, I hope we do have a really crap transfer window in the summer. We don't sign any bastard. We just sell a few players because that means that they're going to sell the bloody club, to be fair, if you ask me. I mean, maybe not. Maybe they'll just milk us for a bit longer, but that's probably what's going to happen. Whereas if they go out there and dip their toes into the transfer market and buy a ton of players, they're sticking around for a good while, guys, and we don't want that, really. So in a way, we want to have a quiet time in the window so they fuck off. Or the ideal situation is they announce tomorrow that the Glazers are going to leave and they're selling the club to the fans. And then, of course, we can do some meaningful transfer business in the window. But I just don't see it happening, guys. What about Ramos? Well, Ramos is another great player that could be on the horizon as well. You see, I'd take Ramos at the club for a season. Okay, guys, would you take Sergio Ramos at the club for a season, even though he's, like 35, 36? He's built like a big shithouse. He's fit as fuck. You know, he takes care of himself. And sounds a bit wrong, didn't it, when I said that? But anyway, he takes care of himself. He is a handsome bastard, to be fair, but he takes care of himself, and he's still a top-class player who's been there, has done that. He's got that nasty streak, which I like. He's got that leadership streak, what I like. He's not just a defender. He's also a great ball player. He can get you a goal. So, to me, Sergio Ramos is exactly what United need in that back line. We need a bit of nastiness. We need a bit of quality, world-class ability, and leadership, and he ticks all the boxes, even for a season or two. Jay Gill doesn't want to see him, though. He is finished, says John Mishra. MGB says, I'd take Ramos for 2 to 3 seasons. Hey, Piata Thompson, what's good, lad? Batman Night Fan would take him. Primo says, Ramos is a mug. Jason Brown says, quiet time, you mean a normal summer? You damn right, actually, Jason Brown, you spot on there, yeah. Knowing our owners, that's exactly what it is. They're a bunch of shithouses. Hey, there's over 100 of you in here right now. Thanks for joining us, guys. Hit that thumbs up button on the stream. RGV Glazers says no, he wouldn't want to see him. He's a beautiful human being. That's right. My name's Brendan Rodgers. I'm the manager of Leicester City. And I think Sergio Ramos is a beautiful human being. I'd like to sign him. He's a wonderful technician and just a really nice guy. Not for me, says Roshmano. Fair play. Okay, well, let's have a new vote then, guys. So we're talking about the proposition of Varane. We understand that he's been linked with Manchester United for a while. Maybe the time is up for him, or in the future, if there's a good enough offer that was placed in there. If United want to show some intent and actually get to where we need to be, we need to get a world-class centre-back in there. So a Ramos or a Varane would do the job. But let's just say, guys, you could get Ramos on a free for 2 seasons, or you could get Varane for 6 seasons, but you've got to pay, 70 million or whatever, 80 million, 60 million. I don't really know how long he's got left on his contract, actually. But let's just say that. Which would you go for? Which would you rather see Manchester United sign in this summer window? Sergio Ramos, a proven leader and winner there, or Varane, somebody who's just coming into his peak years, 28 years of age? Sergio Ramos or Varane? Primot says Varane would boss the Premiership. Yeah, you see, the thing is, they've both got quite a bit of pace. Varane's nice and quick as well. People say Ramos is, slowing down. He's older, but he's still pretty nippy. He's not fucking slow. And, and we need a bit of pace at the back there, because that's a problem area that we have. And if we are going to partner somebody with Slabby Maguire, which me personally, as my opinion as a United fan, I actually hope we don't. I actually kind of hope that somebody puts in a cheeky 40 mil bid for him and we cash in the summer. It's wishful thinking, I know. And I don't want to slag off our captain because he's shown some decent leadership recently in protesting against the owners and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, is he top quality, top tier, top quality Sergio Ramos, Varane level? I don't think so, personally. But we'll see how Varane does in the Premier League. Okay, so everybody wants Varane then. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Well, Varane makes more sense for you know, for many different reasons. Varane is world-class, says Rushmano, yes. I mean, but so is Sergio Ramos, guys. Are we not saying Sergio Ramos is world-class? I mean, the only thing that you can hold Sergio Ramos back for is his age. Sergio Ramos 5 years ago, he's world-class as fuck. But you're right, yes, you're right there, Bruno. Ramos is a red card waiting to happen. True, well, so was Roy Keane, and he had that same passion, though, and same leadership, and I like that. But Varane is obviously a much better, you know, proposition overall as a target because he's younger. He's just a better signing, isn't he, right now? You know, if they're both in their peak at the same age, I'd probably rather have Ramos. But right now, Varane is a top-class player, yes, definitely. Varane, for me, he's still quick. He's won everything. Definitely a good shout, Jason Brown, yep. United take Ramos and we Arsenal take David Luiz. Unfair, says Manor Floyd. That's always going to be the way, my friend. Tasty and tempting food at Super Max. Who would you rather pick? I mean, me personally, I would rather, you know, I'd rather Ramos because Ramos is probably available for nothing. He could get 2 years of service out. It could be like another Laurent Blanc situation when we signed Laurent Blanc. It just plugs the gap for a couple of seasons, gives you that leadership. I mean, I don't know, actually. Varane, look, it's a tough one. Varane is younger. But which is more realistic? Probably not Varane because that means United spending a lot more money. Whereas a 36-year-old Sergio Ramos, he's going to be coming to the club for a lot less money. Whereas Varane's a lot less realistic because it means the Glazers actually reaching into their pocket and spending some fucking cash, which I don't see happening. Yeah, that's true. Batman Night Fan says Cavani is 35 and he's done wonders at United. It's true. Thank you, Rushmano. He says subscribe to the channel. Yes, guys, if you are here for the first time, if it's your first time here, do us a big favor and smash that like button on the video if you have not done so already. That would be awesome. Let's blaze past 100 likes. We're nearly there. Nice one. Chavis Cocker, hello, my friend. Comments says, why do we protect the players in the ESL business? They're a big part of the greed culture, always demanding higher wages for themselves with no responsibility for the club's budget. Hypocrisy. I mean, yes, but it's a supply and demand industry. And actually, if you look at where all the money goes that's generated by football, it's not even that large of an amount that goes into the wages of the players, to be fair. A lot of it is going to bloody grubby agents or, you know, the owners and shareholders. And, you know, yes, they get paid an extortionate amount of money and they're all paid too much, but it is a supply and demand industry. The supply is there if you're good enough, you know. The supply and demand is there. There should be caps on wages, if you ask me, because I do think it's an absolute disgrace. But you can't really blame these players. These players just grow up. Like Bruno Fernandes, his dream is to win the Champions League or, you know, whatever it may be. Say that's his dream. So, okay, a byproduct of him being awesome at football is he's getting paid a shit ton of money. But I think that agents have destroyed the game in the modern era more so than players. I think most players would be happy just getting paid a set amount to play for their club that they love. But agents came into it and basically ruined the game. They're always trying to force moves. They're always trying to line their own pockets. They're taking a lot of money out of the game. You see, now when a player is paid money, that's money that's effectively, you know, it's staying in the game. It's going to a footballer, then who knows what that footballer's going to do with it in regards to the game also. But when you're taking it out of the game, taking all that money out of the game in an agent fee, that's just going into the agent's bank account and he's not doing anything to help football whatsoever apart from try and manufacture moves. I know you didn't say about agents, but I'm just saying, like, I don't think it's, you know, the players aren't that. The players aren't to be blamed for this or have or shouldn't feel any sort of reason to have backlash for it. They should. So I know what you're saying, but it is kind of a supply and demand shit show. Hey there, Johnny Parker. He says, I'm off for now. Big love hearing from you, Night Devils. Thank you so much, dude. Get in there, Johnny. Have a good evening. Appreciate you. Yes. Okay, yes. So there's a couple of other bits I want to get into, lads and lasses, in regards to the latest Manchester United transfer news. So Edinson Cavani, guys. Edinson Cavani is a player that Manchester United should try and keep for at least another season or two because he's still clearly good enough. He is a good leader for us. He adds a lot to the team, goals, leadership, movement, assists, the lot. He's just a great team player. And I think most United fans would want to see him stay a little bit longer. When he signed, you know, some of us were in doubt. I was in doubt. I thought maybe he's going to be another foul cow coming for the paycheck. Couldn't be more wrong. If we can sign him up for another year or two, we absolutely should, guys. I think so anyway. I mean, what do you guys think? It depends. Realistically, that's our best option because, as I said, the Glazers aren't going to go out there and buy Erling Haaland, I don't think, this window. They're just not. if we could go out there and buy Erling Haaland, maybe it wouldn't make sense to renew Cavani's contract. See you later on Cavani. We'd just be holding back the likes of Haaland, the likes of, Greeny and these guys in the future. So, but I don't think we're going to sign Erling Haaland, guys, It's just not going to happen. So Cavani is pretty necessary for us to keep, guys. But, we understood that a little while ago it came out in the media that he was homesick, obviously with the pandemic and not being able to travel. He's not been able to see his family hardly at all over this time period. And he's not really settled in Manchester that well, blah, 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 all that kind of thing. And he's maybe looking to move back to South America where he could be closer to his family. You can't really deny him that. And there was a report that came out today basically that said Cavani has been in talks with Boca Juniors since last year and promised the Argentine side he'd sign for them if he returned to South America. So if he is going to go, we reported a little while ago that Boca was a destination or somewhere that his father was talking about, if you remember, because his father was quoted in the media as saying something along the lines of his son's homesick and maybe he'd like to go play for Boca or whatever, his heart belongs to Boca or something like that. I can't remember now. So, yes, I mean, that would be a big shame if we didn't stay at Manchester United. You can't really blame him if he wants to go home and all that kind of thing. I mean, it is a strange time in the world to be in a foreign land if you're Edinson Cavani, because you don't have any of your countrymen around really, you don't have any of your family and friends around really. Okay, you got your teammates and everything, but you're not able to actually see your family because they're over in a different continent, and the travel restrictions and all that kind of thing right now are a bit of a nightmare. So I hope that Cavani signs a new contract anyway, guys. I just thought I'd let you know what's going on with Edinson, because there are some links to Boca Juniors again resurfacing here. United report earlier said that in the past few hours, Edinson Cavani had a meeting with Manchester United and talked about the desire of being closer to his family. So this is what was reported by Sports Witness and then United report earlier in regards to Edinson Cavani having a meeting with Manchester United about the desire of being closer to his family. So something that we knew was maybe a problem a couple of months ago is perhaps resurfacing again, because maybe he doesn't want to play for this shit show club as well with the Glazer owners. That's what I mean. Some of this could have a knock-on effect with players, Varane. Some of these players who've taken certain stances against their club, when their owners are still pushing towards that, maybe some of these players are going to want to jump ship. But I actually think with Cavani, it's just a case of him wanting to go home, to go be closer with his family, which is fair play. Hey there, Jay Gill. Thank you so much for the £2 super chat, lad. I appreciate you, mate. He says, are you playing FIFA today, bro? Yes, absolutely, Jay Gill. I'll be playing a bit of FIFA, lad. We'll be getting on around about 11 p.m, so tune in then, and we'll be smashing up a whole bunch of fools, definitely. Eldon Mike says, I miss you. How you doing, Eldon Mike? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. He is injury prone, says Alex Roche. Well, that's true, but he's also, he's not going to cost us a lot of money, even though he's on a lot of money every week. He's here already. So, okay, another little signing on bonus and maybe a little bit of an improvement in wages, whatever it may be. Compared to going out there and signing a new player, it's a dirt cheap proposition, isn't it? Okay, so yes, Edinson Cavani. I mean, that's it. You just said he's injury prone. What would you like to see then, guys? Let's have a vote in the live chat then. Would you like to see Edinson Cavani's contract extended at Manchester United, or would you just want him to leave at the end of its current term? Let me know. Would you extend it, or would you just release? I mean, he is getting older. United should probably be looking at getting the next sort of torch holder in there as the main goal scorer at Manchester United. But, I mean, he's good enough right now still. You can clearly see that. He's a big game player. He's up for it. He's really good for the team. He works so hard for the team because he's just constantly trying. He doesn't give up. Sometimes that's one of the criticisms I have of Tony Martial up there. He kind of gives up in games. You see his head's going. You see the frown on his face. Cavani's just kind of like, oh, I missed that one at the near stick. He's like, oh, he looks at his team like, oh, next time I'll get it, next time I'll get it. It's like, oh, yeah. And he's just got that tenacity about him and that desire to get that goal and help the team. And he is pretty awesome. Extend, says Dan McGill. Release, says John Mishra. Extend, says Wakasaka. And Harry Kane, says Robin Corkmans. Right now, Harry Kane would be the best signing we can make, guys. People want Haaland, but Harry Kane is tried and tested in the Premier League. 34 goal contributions in 30 games he's had for Spurs this season, like 21 goals, 13 assists, unbelievable stats in the Premier League. The guy's a fucking beast, and that's while Spurs are doing shite. So let's be honest now, Harry Kane is the man. If we could get Harry Kane, that would be the player. If we could sign one player, I'd sign Harry Kane. I know we need a centre-back, guys, but I'd sign Harry Kane. Harry Kane's a fucking machine. He's a proper goal scorer. He's not only a goal scorer, but he's added like everything to his game. I don't want to go on about a Spurs player and say that he's also awesome. I just want Harry Kane to be a Manchester United player, in all honesty. That is who we should be going after. Spurs are going to have to sell him. They are shit. They are not able to give him what he needs, which is titles, which is trophies, which is Champions League football on the regular, etc. They've proven that they can't do that. They haven't won anything since 2008, and that was the League Cup. So Tottenham need to sell him, really, because he's not going to want to stay. Blatantly, this is the summer that Harry Kane leaves Spurs. Blatantly. Now, whether that's to go to Barcelona or wherever else, I don't know. Or stay in the Premier League is probably the most likely. And unfortunately, the most likely destination is City. But I would love Manchester United to go there and get Harry Kane, guys. He's a fucking proven machine in the league. That's exactly what you need at United. Maybe he would like the challenge of going at United. Maybe he could see that United are not that far away from being that title challenge inside again, and maybe he would go to United. But he'd probably go to Pep Guardiola at City, and they'd probably actually buy him. That's the difference, guys. Our owners are scum. They wouldn't invest that sort of money to go and get our man to improve the side like we need. So the chances of us actually getting him are next to nothing. Whereas if City wanted him, if Pep actually wanted him, and he actually wanted to leave Spurs, and he was available, they would buy him. And they would pay him the wages that he would require as well, because City can afford to do that, and they do that, and they support their manager and their team with money. Say what you want about them, whether it's breaking financial fair play or not. But United don't do that, so the chance of us getting Kane are low. Rumours are United want Kane, says Batman Night Fan. Hell yeah, I mean, look, those rumours are never going to go away because he's a class player and we should absolutely have him. Rush Mano says Levy is the problem with Harry Kane to United. Very true, yep. And they wouldn't want to sell him necessarily to a rival, but, you know, money talks and bullshit walks, my friend. And if United paid, they didn't want to sell us Dimitar Berbatov either. They didn't want to sell us Carrick either, but we fucking had him. Okay, that's a totally different time. But, you know, we were the giant club then. That was a totally different time. But even so, it's not beyond the pale to think that United could spend that money and get him. It's just that with our owners, it's not realistic. G Wolf says, I prefer Kane than Haaland, but Kane is going to cost 100 million plus. Yeah, that's the problem, you know, that's the problem. Rushmana with a transfer update. Thank you, Rushmana. Let's get into this then. But yes, guys, let's have a vote in the live chat. Harry Kane or Erling Haaland? I think we did this a little while ago, but for me, it's Harry Kane because he is proven in the league. He is homegrown. He is likely to stay in the Premier League because I think as an individual, he would like to finish his career with a Premier League title. I also think he'd like to finish his career maybe breaking Alan Shearer's Premier League all-time goal-scoring record, which he's only going to be able to do that. And he's on course to do that, but he's only going to be able to do that if he stays and plays and finishes his career really in the Premier League. So I don't think Barcelona or Juventus or any of these places are real true destinations for Harry Kane. He seems like somebody that maybe he values these competitions, he values the history more than the average person. I think so, because he seems reasonably loyal to Spurs. He stayed there amidst constant links away to bigger, better teams where he could go and win things. And he has stayed there a long time. But I don't think he wants to be Steven Gerrard. I don't think he wants, and in fact, he wouldn't even be him, because Steven Gerrard at least won the bloody Champions League and some other stuff, just not the Prem. Harry Kane hasn't won jack shit with Spurs because they're a fucking joke tin pot club. Anyway, just saying. Kane says J Blood. Haaland says James Barker. Aaron Homehouse says Kane. Kano says 10-time man. Haaland says the Vutinator. Kane's a proper finisher, said Eddie O2. It's a close one, isn't it? But I do think Harry Kane, out of the two of them, if we had the opportunity to sign him, if our owners were out of the equation and money wasn't a factor, then Harry Kane would be the man, wouldn't he? Okay then, people. So let's check out the latest transfer news. Thank you, Rush Barno, for giving me an update during the show. Much love. Let's check this out then. So, Manchester... Oh, yes, this is another thing we've heard about as well. Yes, so in regards to Sergei Milinkovic-Savic, it's understood Manchester United have obviously a long vested interest in him, and also have recently inquired about Lazio's Serbia midfielder. You know, this is what's also understood to be reported that we've inquired. Also of interest to other clubs like Man City and Chelsea, along with numerous other Italian and Spanish clubs. So yeah, another player joins the old Monitor FC list, which we are monitoring. But we have been monitoring him for a long time as well, Milinkovic-Savic, guys, and he is a good player. And you're talking about somebody that maybe is the type of player that we need. You know, Paul Pogba could be leaving Manchester United. What I would like to see Manchester United do, actually, is spend the money and go and get the proven, tried and tested players in the Premier League, because I think that's how we're going to have our best luck. You often see other players come in for different leagues and adapt well and do great. But you know, if United just went out there and signed Kane, he would score you goals and perform the next week, if you ask me. Maybe not, because look at Lukaku. But no, in all honesty, I do think that that's more likely to happen. So I would like to see United go and raid other teams in the Premier League, whether that be for players like Wilfred Ndidi or Declan Rice or these guys, as opposed to, you know, Milinkovic-Savic. But at the end of the day, money is the key to all of what the Glazers do. And if the Glazers can get a good deal somewhere, they might do it. But in all honesty, I mean, you know, we're covering the transfer news here, guys, for a little bit. I just wanted to tell you the main stories, you know, Cavani being linked to Boca Juniors, United maybe being linked to Varane again, with Varane possibly looking to leave Real Madrid, etc. But realistically, as I've said, guys, don't strap yourselves in, because this summer transfer window is not going to be a screamer for Man United. No. Unless the Glazers are gone either before then, or I don't know. I mean, I just don't think that they're going to buy anyone, because they're going to sell up sooner or later. Eddie Woodward staying to the end of the year. Why is he staying? He would have just resigned and walked, wouldn't he? No, but he's actually staying to the end of the year. Oh, okay, to oversee the sale, guys. It's blatant. The Glazers are having all this pressure from various different areas. You know, sponsors are putting pressure on them because of this incident. The fan backlash is insane. They want out of this club, guys. They've already taken $1 billion out of this club, basically. And this club's worth about $3 or $4 billion now. So think about it. They could just cash in, cut their losses, forget about their woes. The UK government might be stepping it up in regards to this fan petitioning and protesting that's going on, to maybe implement some sort of 50+1 German model for fan ownership of teams. And look, do you think they're going to want to stick around for that? How much is that going to lower the price of the club, guys? Think about it, guys. How much would that lower the price of the club if the UK government, I'm not saying they're going to do this, but they bloody well should, implemented a 51+ rule into the clubs? It's going to devalue these, well, not devalue, but it's going to devalue their amount, their overall valuation, or their overall stake that they have. So it serves their purpose to sell the fuck up right now and get $4 billion and see you later on, son. And they're laughing all the way back to New York City or whatnot. You know, that kind of does make sense, guys. So I think, this is what I think, and I think with all the backlash, it's just getting too much for these twats. I think give it 6 months and these gobshites will be out of our club. Honestly think that. Honestly think it. Give it 6 to 8 months. End of the year, end of 2021, and we'll be looking for a new horizon at Manchester United. Come on, love United, hate Glazers. Get those hashtag OUHGs and hashtag Glazers outs in there, my friends. Because they are a disgrace, and we do need to take our club back. Yeet Breaker says, what is this Varane transfer? Hey there, Griffo Chaz, how you doing? The Varane transfer is just that he's being linked with a move to, you know, he's being linked with a move away from Real Madrid, and obviously United is one of the teams that has been linked for a while. Florentino Perez, when asked about Varane earlier, because obviously he's doing a lot of interviews recently, this twat, has said, Varane, this is a quote from him, Varane, I'm happy with our team, but if players don't want to stay at Madrid, they can leave. So certain players have made it themselves pretty publicly known that they're not necessarily happy with their current clubs at the moment in time as well. And, you know, so who knows? Anywho, thank you, Rosh Mano, for the £5 super chat, you legend. I really appreciate that, man. He says, I really don't think we need a striker this summer. Mason at number 9 has done enough for me with Martial as backup. Then sell Tony in 2022. Well, fair play, Rushy. Yeah, I mean, I like Mason there too. Mason's been very good on the wide right as well. It really depends who United are going to go and get in the summer, isn't it? Because if we go and get like a Sancho in the summer, which we won't, but let's say we did, then okay, Greenwood could be a main man deputising for Cavani next season, and then overall, and then ultimately taking over that mantle as being that true number 9 finisher. He has got the both-footedness, he has got the natural finishing ability, he's a goal scorer. He's been very impressive over on the right-hand side recently for United as well, not just scoring, but providing assists. But yes, you look at his eye for goal recently, you look at what he's done in a shirt so far, man. You shared a stat with us the other day, Rushy. The only players who have scored as many goals as him before turning 20 at Manchester United, the only player is Wayne Rooney. And it was the same amount of goals. So Greenwood's set to eclipse that, which just goes to show you the quality of this player that we've got for a teenager to be this good at this early and have that much instinct to score a goal. It's fantastic. So, yeah, I mean, that is a good shot. I like him at the number 9 too, I do. It depends who United sign, though, doesn't it? If United want to sign Haaland, then, but we're not going to sign anybody this summer, guys. That's what I think. We might sign somebody like a cheapo Donny van de Beek type player to grow the assets of the club, but I don't think we're going to sign anybody to actually improve the team necessarily. Oscar Jimenez says Rafael Varane will leave Real Madrid. Yep, hopefully happens. Hopefully happens, dude. The collective forces, only thing that will move them is a government legislation forcing a sale. Yes. Well, this is it. The 50+1 German model is something that a lot of people in this country are calling for now. A lot of the fans, after we've seen the potential for our clubs, different clubs, to be led into a horrendous situation like this, where you're destroying the integrity of the beautiful game that we've come to know and love, then maybe the people power can make this happen, guys. I mean, it's unlikely, but if the government have enough people signing, petitions, and enough people rallying and protesting and all this sort of stuff in regards to it, then they're going to have to seriously look at it. And it's something that for them right now with Brexit actually makes a lot of sense, because think about it. They want to safeguard the future. They didn't want to have this massive industry. The Premier League's huge. It's watched globally. If that was taken away into Europe or watered down so we lost any value to it, then that would really actually hurt the UK economy. So it serves its purpose to protect the game and protect the product, which we have, which is the Premier League and also the other leagues, but mainly the Premier League, and protect that product by implementing some sort of fan system like this. Boris came out the other day, said he's going to make it ridiculously difficult for them if they were to go ahead with it, with work permits and all this business. Well, look, we need to make it ridiculously difficult then to own more than 49% of a football club. That's what we need to make it ridiculously difficult for them. There's nothing wrong with having investors. That's what you want. But these football clubs, owners, and these guys, they should be there to serve the fans effectively, to try and improve the team and compete. That's what this sport's all about, is competing out there. So if the fans did that, you never know. But as it is, with these owners having all the power, yeah, we can't stand for that, guys. We can't have that. So yes, hopefully it happens, guys. Keep it up loud and clear anyway in regards to petitions. Definitely, I'm going to get one circulating as well, Eddie. I've seen a bunch of other ones circulating too. So yes, absolutely. Sign as many Glazers out petitions as you can. Sign as many. Let's take the 50+1 German model to Parliament petitions as possible. Let's take our club back from the bloody owners of these horrible, you know what I mean? Get rid of all these bastards, basically. Hey, there's 120 of you in here, 116 likes. That's a sick ratio. Thank you, everyone who's watched this video tonight. Really appreciate you coming in to get your latest Manchester United news. Let's be having you. If you are new, smash that subscribe button, guys, and click the bell icon so you get notified when we post and go live, which is every day. Smash it like your name was Quasimodo. Esmeralda, the bells. Right then, I think there was just a little bit more information to get into, and then we will just jump straight into your comment section to see what you guys think about anything we've discussed. So here we go. Here's a bit more information, guys. So Boris Johnson met with, what's this? Okay, this is very interesting. So there's some reports coming out to say that Boris Johnson, check this out. Boris Johnson met with Ed Woodward in Downing Street days before the launch of the European Super League. Sources at MUFC said that Mr. Woodward talks were around COVID restrictions and in regards to the return of fans to stadiums. No mention of a European Super League. Let's get a little slivery little snake emoji in there for Edward Woodward and a human potato. Let's get a snake and a potato emoji in there for Edward Woodward, because this is the sort of human potato snake we're dealing with. Goes and has lunch with a PM a couple of days before this is announced. Doesn't breathe a dicky bird about it. Guy's a wanker, isn't he? Guy's a fucking wanker, mate. Anyway, what a snake. These people, man. These people, all they care about is money. He's been the perfect yes man for those Glazers. He's done a brilliant job generating the cash, sucking the money out of the club, floating us on the stock exchange. Okay, he says he spent $1 billion on transfers, but okay, I mean, even what he's spent in regards to actual transfers has been badly invested overall. Yes, we've got a few gems in there like Bruno, but overall, there's been too many Falcaos, too many fucking Alexis Sanchez's, too many shithouses along the way. Lots of snake emojis coming in there. That's what I like to see there. Yes, what a twat. Nice one. Okay then, guys. So I'm going to get into the comment section. That's basically all the latest news, really, is that, Solskjaer didn't know about the ESL until 20 minutes before the game against Burnley. UEFA's lawyers are working tirelessly to do something drastic against Real Madrid, seen as they're like the ringleaders here. That's what we understand here. It's been reported. Some United sponsors, such as Adidas, have held talks with us. They're not happy. Maybe could be a potential for loss of money for Manchester United in the future. Bruno possibly might be up for signing a new contract soon. The Super League is not over yet because other people still want it to go ahead in a different format. Rafael Varane is being linked with the move away from Real Madrid. If United had any bollocks and bottle about us, we should do everything we can to go and get him, but we probably won't because our owners are shite. Same goes for Cavani. We should do everything we can to extend a contract with him, but the chances are he doesn't want to stay. He wants the Glazers out. He also wants, Boca. He also wants Boca maybe to be closer to his family in South America. We'll see about that one. Carrington, obviously today, protesters at Carrington, Henderson and Bailly among players to show support for them, and obviously we also show support for the protesters. Don't get in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's face though, peeps. It ain't his fault. Hashtag Ollie in, hashtag Ollie's a diamond, hashtag Ollie for fucking president, Ollie for chairman, Ollie's doing bits, hashtag Ollie Ball, hashtag Ollie's at the wheel. Okay guys, so that's basically all the news. Anyway, thank you very much for getting in here. Please like the video. Get your thoughts in now, guys. I'm going to read out a bunch of comments for a little bit. And like I say, we will be back on later on with a whole bunch of FIFA Azione. So make sure you tune in for that. We'll be getting going around about 11 p.m., guys, for the FIFA episode. So tune in for that later on. But anyway, Riddick says Serafin El Chupacabras. I don't know what that means, but yes, absolutely. UEFA Serafin's gonna go buck wild on them. UEFA going after the Dons, Perez smoking that pixie dust and living in his own universe as special game. He does seem like he's off his tits, that man, doesn't he? The guy's a knob. He says stuff like, oh, well, we'll just create our own World Cup then if they don't take our players out. He says he is a crack smoker, like you said. Benjamin Turner says, I hope the Glazers jump ship and sell the club of their own back. Because they cannot stay at our football club anymore after what they threatened to do to the football game that we love. Spot on, that's right. And I hope that Liverpool fans feel the same way about their owners. And Arsenal fans feel the same way about their owners. This is a time that we all unite as football fans and say, no, we're not just taking our clubs back and we're taking the game back. We're taking the game of football back from these rich, money-grabbing, greedy bastards who don't put all the money back into the game. You know, there should be much better facilities throughout the country for grassroots football. You look at some of the other nations across the world. You look at, United States. Look at some of the facilities they have. They play in bloody 15,000 soccer stadiums in their college teams and stuff like that. What the fuck? I think they do anyway. Don't quote me on that. But even if they got a 2,000 seat stadium to watch soccer, that's fucking awesome. We don't have any of that shite over in the UK. Okay, we got the stadiums, but there's not enough development in youth football. There's not enough investment in youth football and grassroots and facilities. Yeah, there's a rec not too far, a recreational ground down the road with some goals up, not too far away from me. But it's a bit shite, to be honest with you. It could do with some money spending on it. It's a fucking muddy patch. You know what I mean? Stuff like that, guys. It should be going back into not being taken out. Agents are destroying the game. Owners are destroying the game. All parasites, guys. All parasites who add very little to this beautiful sport. And the sooner we get rid of them and see the back of these Glazers and the owners of all these different football clubs we've mentioned, the better. Okay, then. Thank you very much. What's going on there, Oscar Jimenez? What's that, Griffo? Release a full version of the Cash Pack song, maybe. Yes, Isco Disco says, why hate on Perez when he got Woodward out? Well, every cloud has a silver lining and all that. Hey there, the Vutinator, you ledge. Yes, that's right. Eddie O2 says, somehow all fan channels need to unite and get a march going, but I understand the tribal rivalry makes it hard. Yes, I think this is something we can all unite over, though. I'm with you on that one. Old Trafford Stadium needs an upgrade, says Batman Night Fan. Yeah, they don't spend the money, do they? This is it. All the other clubs they've got. I mean, look at Man City. They've developed the area around the stadium and all this business. United haven't bothered to do any of that stuff. It should be a lot better than what it is at United. Their stadium it's an iconic stadium. It's the biggest capacity for a team in the Premier League. It's a great stadium, but it is an older stadium now. Some of the stands need work, There's bloody leaks, there's rust, there's, it needs a bit of work, guys. It needs a lot. It needs updating. And some of the other clubs are doing it. Tottenham built a whole new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, state-of-the-art facilities. Man City built a new stadium. The Emirates. Sorry, not the Emirates. The Etihad, the Etihad. And Arsenal built the Emirates a few years back. But United still playing in that same old stadium that Fergie was. The only difference really with the stadium from when Fergie was there was that when he retired, they named the stand the Sir Alex Ferguson stand. And that's fucking it. Everything else is the same. So it's not good, is it? It's not good. Mossy Trafford, says Social 99. Disgrace. I know. Yeah. I know. We shouldn't accept it, guys. We shouldn't accept it. Boyd says there's nothing you can do to the Glazers. You're just a have to pound sand in frustration. Well, there isn't. I know what you're saying. Legally, they own the club. But we can make our voices very loud. We can make it so that the UK government feels that pressure. We can also talk with our wallets, guys, at the end of the day. Nobody wants to do this. We want to watch our team and we love our team. We want to support the team. You want to support the team so they can invest that money that you've bought their shirts with into running of the team and all that kind of thing. But I don't truly trust our owners with that investment right now. So you can hurt them by not giving them the money in certain key aspects. But I know it's difficult because we want to watch them play, like Leeds United game coming up in a week. I don't want to watch that, guys. I'm sure I could post it, but I want to fucking watch the game. So it is difficult. Glazer's diss track would be a great shout for First Class Gaming, yeah. Bell says we should buy no merch all year, only green and gold t-shirts. Myself and Pig will sell for 30 lids. Great shout, Bell. Hey, I might have to work on that. It's a good shout. I probably should sell a Glazers out shirt, actually, now you mention it. Yep. Glazers have small PP, sir, says Brandon. Transfer update, Pig. Thank you very much, Rushmana. Let's have a look at this one. Oh, yes. Where's my drink gone? Oh, there it is. Right, okay. Rushmana with a bit more information that's come through here. Let's see what this is. Oh, interesting. Okay, so United are understood to be looking at Sam Johnston as a replacement for David De Gea. See, that's another thing, guys. There's a lot of players that could be sold this summer, isn't there? Like Manchester United could be parting ways with Mata, Matic, Pogba, De Gea, maybe one of the centre-backs, possibly, unlikely. Who else? Lingard. Who else? Phil Jones? Nah, he's here till the end of time. He's literally here till the apocalypse, and he's going to be the reason for the apocalypse. So he's here till the apocalypse. But everybody else, that I've just mentioned, they could be leaving in the summer, which does mean that we're going to maybe have to make a couple of signings. But it also means that, if you look at United's assets and things like that, I'm just looking at it from a Glazers sale point of view here. It's kind of a good thing. They're all on big money. If you get them off the books, maybe it's more like, I don't know. It's, anyway, I hope that they sell the club, guys, which is what I'm saying. Rema Ishmael says, who's a better owner of United, Glazers or Tesco's meal deal? Probably the Tesco's meal deal, yeah, especially if you get that all-day breakfast triple with a sausage and egg and bacon in it. Yes, that's right, Social 99, Newton Heath, LYR, get in there, that's it. Exactly, set up by railway workers, mate. You know what I mean? Like, they couldn't have lost their roots more if they tried this football club than this current carnation. It's a disgrace. We need to go back to the roots, baby. Thank you, Rushmano says subscribe to the channel. Nice one. We got 128 likes on the stream, everyone. Hit the thumbs up. Let's see if we can get to 150 on this bad boy. Yeah, appreciate you all getting in here and leaving the like. Bello says, do it, Piggy. Dollars, they want controller to own TV rights for Champions League and to get Sky money, but sell their Premier League games outside England as pay-per-view, not on packages. Now, when Sky deal ended, total pay-per-view. Yeah, that's exactly what they want. They just want you to go on their app and watch their game and have a closed pay-per-view model. That's exactly what they want. Go on, Flying Pig. Thank you, Umar Nasir. Much love, my man. Get in there. Primots, nice to see you as well, you absolute Don. How are you doing, Mr. Primark? Gary Finnegan in here says, they better not sign Sam Johnston. He's shit. He's not a United player. That tells you how much the owners know about this great club. There you go. Well, they're just looking at signing a backup, basically, is what they're saying. So Romero will probably be off because of how he's been treated by this club over the last year, which is not good. So he probably won't want to, it's not like he's going to be a backup. And of course, De Gea's not going to be a backup to Henderson, and Henderson's not going to be a backup to De Gea. So one of them, it's probably De Gea's going to be leaving this summer, guys. If I had to put my hat down on a bet, I think that he's more likely to leave than Pogba. He's more likely to leave than most people, actually, De Gea. So we'll see what happens in regards to David De Gea. But Sam Johnston, yeah, I mean, that doesn't interest me very much at all. I'd rather promote from the youth and just give Hendo the nod. And, we still got Lee Grant. My goodness me, what was the point of signing Lee Grant? So he could hold the board up for a substitution like once. what is the point of ever having Lee Grant at the club, even if he's on 500 quid a week? Seems like a bit of a waste of money. You know? In all honesty, like, what does he do? Like, he's the backup to the backup to the backup. He's basically a glorified, like, I don't know. I don't even know. Don't forget now when Pig is not live, keep going, hashtag Glazers out and share it. Thank you, Night Whisper. Yes, definitely, definitely. Well, listen, what I've wanted to do over the last couple of days is properly set up a petition. I am going to do that, guys, and we are going to have a video about that very soon in regards to getting the Glazers out. But I'm sure there's already many petitions that have many more signatures than I or we could get. But we can do our little bit, or maybe we can find a petition to further jump on and everybody sign it, you know, that kind of thing. Yes, guys. Dave Save says Social 99. Well, I actually really love David De Gea as a goalkeeper. I think it's a class act. He's had a little bit of a ropey time last 18 months, has to be said. He's just not quite as consistent as he used to be. United need consistent players. I think if you look at Henderson's run in the side recently, overall it was very solid. Overall, the back line in front of him performed better having him there, it seemed to me. And also his sweeper keeping and stuff like that's just better than David De Gea's. David De Gea is one of the greatest shot stoppers in the world. But in terms of just like overall, his distribution, I think, is fantastic. Henderson, I think maybe Henderson, you know, in the long term makes more sense. David's getting, 32 now. Maybe he wants to go back to Spain. He's constantly been linked with a move back. So, look, I don't know, but it's very difficult to know what's going to happen with the goalkeeper position. We'll see. Who would you rather have, guys? De Gea or Henderson as your number one? First Class Gamer says you've got to have a minimum amount of keepers. Yeah, I guess, but, you know, they could just, like, you know, why have a 36-year-old keeper who never plays? It's kind of weird, isn't it? Just have a young lad who plays in the youth team and put him in there, you know? Rema Ishmael says, Lee Grant's teaching Hendo the ways if De Gea leaves. Oh, fair enough then. Rushmana says, Grant is taking his coach's badge as he's set to retire. Yeah, he's getting on. Griffo says, yeah, I'd sign other petitions rather than setting up more. Well, that's you, Griffo. But yes, you can, you know, it doesn't hurt to have more petitions, Griffo. Gary Finnegan says Phil Jones gets paid for playing the PS5. Plus, it depends what, you know, if I find a petition that is effectively outlining what have been talking about, then yes, we'll just promote that one. But anyway, Grant is taking his coach's badges. He is set to retire, says Rushman. Oh, sorry, I read that one. Sing Game says, Pig, let's pick one that's already done. We all need to stick together with this. Everyone just vote on one. Not point in 1,000 petitions with 100 votes each. Get all the votes in one place. Well, this is what I just said. Yes, we need to find a petition that encompasses what we're all about and go with that one. That is a good shout, yes. Or create the petition that everybody else is going to go with as well. That does encompass what we're discussing. But yes, mate, good shout. Get on petition.org, guys, and get those signatures fucking signed. That's what we need to know. Anyway, and also, yes, just keep vocal, guys, on social media and all that kind of stuff. Oscar Jimenez says Dean Henderson stays on. De Gea says Gary Finnegan. De Gea says Social 99. De Gea says Night Whisper. I want De Gea back, says Night Whisper. They will sell the goalkeeper David De Gea, says Oscar Jimenez. Well, look. Louis Bud battered. Yes, I don't really know, to be fair. It's David De Gea has been the best player for United over the last decade. I'm just going to say it right now. He literally has. So it's kind of like doing De Gea dirty to want him away. I don't want him away, but I just feel like we've got two good keepers and we only need one, you know? And neither of them are going to be happy. Paid for a PS5, says Night Whisper. Yeah, make it like Germany and fans must own 51%. Spot on, Georgia, and exactly how we want it to do. Yes, exactly the sort of thing we want to be petitioning. Batman Night Fan says, you forgot Pogba. Social 99 says, siphoning money from a club is one thing. Being owned by a ruthless and major human rights abusing state is another. No to Saudi. Oh, Social 99. Well, yeah, okay, fair enough. But, I mean, yeah, okay, you know, from a moralistic point of view, you are spot on. I mean, the only difference with, like, a Man City-owned club, for instance, is, you know, that they have done a lot. They've put a lot of money into the club, but a lot of what they've done has been very questionable, you know, in regards to the morals of what they've done with, like, siphoning money through different organisations, Etihad Airways and all this business. It's not on, is it? I think De Gea is a coward, personally, says George N. What? Why is that, then? The Vutinator. Yes, lad. After 30 US Scouts have stole our title, says, we all love Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Get in there, yes. Let's get some hashtag Ollie-ins at the end here. Cavani Finley, how you doing as well? Thanks for getting in. Benjamin Turner says, I guarantee if Sir Alex Ferguson came out of retirement, which is very unlikely to happen, by the way, Paul Pogba would be shipped out no problem. I don't know about that. I think Fergie would give him another chance, you know. I think Fergie would give him a chance. Nice one. Rushy says we got 131 likes. Everybody smash that thumbs up button on the stream if you have not done so. I'm going to wrap it up there. That's all the United news for today, guys. Hey there, United Extra Time. He says, Kieran Maguire, football money expert, said in an interview today, we can't have 50+1 rule at United since United company is registered in the Cayman Islands. Well, let's take our fucking our club back. It's the Glazers registered in the Cayman Islands. You know, that's it. They can fucking unregister it. As far as I'm concerned, because that is a disgrace. They shouldn't have been allowed to do that either. By the way, guys, if you want a bit more basis on this, I cover this in a video. It's on my channel called 5 Reasons to Hate the Glazers. And we go into the fact that, you know, the Cayman Islands ownership, we go into the commercialism of the club and the over-commercialism of the club and all different aspects. If you haven't seen that video, watch it. It's just a rundown of 5 reasons to hate the Glazers. Actually, more reasons now. Glazers out, that's right. Thank you, Brandon C. What's this then? Slightly Salted Steve says, hashtag Ollie in. Sin Games says City owners use City as an advertising platform for Abu Dhabi and the UAD. Yep. Special ZA, Ollie has improved our position since coming in. Not sure he can win us the title, but can't fire him for going from 3rd to 2nd. Nah, he's improved us, hasn't he? He's progressed us. That's all we want. If Ollie wins the Premier League, I will donate you $200, says Ronald Game Talk. Go on then, my son. After 30 years, Gus's title says, love Ollie, hate Glazers. Absolutely. Okay then, peeps. I am Naveed. Much love to you, my man. United Extra Time, Benjamin Turner. Guys, I'm gonna leave it there. We'll be back in just over an hour with a FIFA stream, so make sure you come and tune in for that one if you're around. But that's the United news for the day. So thank you everyone who's tuned in. I really appreciate you. Oh, actually, hang on. Rushmano's just sent something here. Let's see what this is. Great tweet from James Ducker. He says, quite just a thought, but maybe if the club's owners didn't treat the fans with complete and utter contempt, and don't get me started on that open letter, then they wouldn't have to protest like this. Yeah, something like us. It's shameful of those referring to United supporters like Carrington as so-called fans. They have a right to protest, and that they have gone to such lengths shows how much they care as fans of the club. I agree with that, to be fair. Yeah. Nice one. Okay, guys. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much for that. The updates throughout Rushmano, as always. Check out Rushy on Twitter, MattUnited20. Everybody else who's watched this stream, thanks for tuning in. Shout out to Ian Naveed, the Vutinator, Sin Games, Benjamin Turner, United Extra Time, Rushmano, the Special K, ZA, the Vutinator, Sin Games, Lynette Giggs, George N, Night Whisper, 30 years old, Scouser stole our title, RGV Glazers out for fuck's sake, Giovanni Finley, Primot, Ronald Game Talk, Brandon C, United Extra Time, who else is in here? Sin Games, Eddie O2, of course, Bruce Wayne, Inkwell Flood, Eddie, Rushy, everyone, Aaron Homeyard, thanks guys for tuning in. This is The Pig. I'll be back in a bit with FIFA. Come back after this video is finished and get your thoughts and opinions in about, you know, anything we've touched upon or discussed in this vid. But there's the latest United news. We'll be back tomorrow giving you all the latest updates as well, guys. And we're doing a charity stream tomorrow night as well for Mr. Dante's charity in Nottingham for homeless people, guys. So we'll be back on tomorrow night raising a little bit of cash, hopefully, you know. Every little helps for this great cause. So we'll be on there back tomorrow doing that in the evening. Thank you, Social99. Thanks to Big Guy. Thank you, FW, Primot, everyone in at the end. Appreciate the hell out of you. All right, guys, see you in a bit for the FIFA. We're going to smash up some fools. Come on, United. Get these pesky Glazers out of our club as well. Fans unite. Love United. Hate Glazers. Scream it from the rooftops. Ollie out. Petition the government. Protest against our shit owners. And let's take this club back. See you in a bit, peeps. Take it easy. This is the Pig. Peace. Wednesday Seagulls. Policy Troller. This is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much. Boom, Chanka. There we go, lads and lasses. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. Really appreciate you guys for stopping in here. This is the channel member ending credits to say thank you so much to all the channel members that support this channel by being channel members. We got to add a few new people to this, don't we? We had a couple new channel, or we had a new channel member today. Was it Irv Dunk or no? It was Abdullah Irwan, wasn't it? Abdullah Irwan, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, we had a new channel member today. Shout out, you'll get added to this list sooner or later. But everyone else, on this list, thank you very, very, very much for being members of the channel. Really appreciate it. Nice one. And everyone else who's not a member, you don't have to be a member to support this channel. Just interact with me and everyone in the live chat, be part of the community, and smash a like on the video. That's one of the best ways you can support the show. Also, give it a share on social media or tell your friends and family about it, whatever. Show it to your granny. Send her a link. She might watch it. She might like it. Yes, guys. So, yes, nice one. Cheers for tuning in, peeps. Have yourself a cracking evening. Back in about an hour's time with FIFA. So, see you all then. Awesome, yep. Peace out, Dan McGill as well, Night Whisper and all the legends in the live chat right at the end. This is the Pig. See you in a bit. Thanks for joining us, and we'll be back tomorrow with more United news. Take it easy.